It's Trinity time again. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday nights. If you think that's a good idea, if you would like to be a part of these meditations, then you need to get on board. You need to sign up by subscribing to this YouTube channel, liking this video, and you can be a part of this. Every week we will come to you and tell you what we're working on, and you can sit down with us on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock and meditate. So, this week, we're working on the energy of release. Release is difficult energy for most people because they think of it very much like relaxing. You know, it's just doing nothing, letting go. Except most of the time, you're pretty aware that there's something you should be letting go of, some feeling or thought that's just banging around inside of you, and you become obsessed about this person has to do this thing for me, or this situation has to turn out this certain way, and somebody goes, hey, just let it go, you're too attached, and you go, I can't, because we have very little conception of what release means. We think it means just being totally limp and relaxed, and when you're obsessed about something, you're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to give you a different definition of released that's going to hopefully make this a little more accessible for you so that you'll have that sensation when you meditate. A very simple self-defense technique that I'm going to use is this, and you'll see this in a lot of martial arts. I think probably men have to deal with this a lot more than women. But somebody will hold out their hand, and then it becomes this contest where they're trying to squeeze your hand and force you to go, ow, you know, and then they've established dominance over you or something. I don't know that women ever experience that. That's a stupid thing that men do because we have this testosterone need to prove ourselves. But it's also used in a real-life mugging situation, and I think women would be susceptible to this, where somebody goes, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, and they shake their hand, and then, bam. Give you that little jerk forward so that your balance is gone, and then knock you out. Take your money, whatever. So it's a real life situation. It's not just a nasty little game that people play. But when you're in this situation and somebody's squeezing, your gut reaction is squeeze back. Squeeze, play the game, you know. They're trying to dominate you, you try and dominate them back. What if you did the exact opposite? What if you just totally went fish limp but didn't let go, instead just let the grip. So I'm going to grip real hard, and Bob's just going to let go. Let's get in a little closer. Let's let you see this right up here. I'm squeezing as hard as I can. Bob just kind of lets this part go and shifts that thumb so that he's got this thumb lock now. He can bend it back if he wants and force me to the ground. It's real easy. The harder I squeeze, the easier it is for him to just slide. That's all we're looking for. That sensation that instead of fighting back against the pressure of the person or the situation or the obsession, you just slide with it. You let the force of the thing grabbing you actually help you. And that's what release is. I'm squeezing, he shifts. That's all you do. Instead of squeezing back, your hand loosens and you shift. And then you've got that thumb lock. Very simple, but it's a powerful sensation when you realize that most of what you're stuck around in this life is very much like when you stick your hand into the machine to get the Coca-Cola can and you won't let go of it, and now you're stuck there. Let's step back a little bit and I'll give you a broader view. This works in a lot of situations. People will grab you. People do this grab thing on you, getting ready to punch you or headbutt you or whatever, and you can very easily wrap that arm up. Let's get a better view for him here. Right there. Wrap that arm up. Puts a hurting on this shoulder joint. But it only works if Bob hangs on. And people do. Even in extreme duress, they will still hang on because part of their brain's thinking, I'm in control as long as I'm holding on. And that's not true at all. If he grabs and I do this little thing and he just lets go, bam, all kinds of good things can happen for him. It's just this silly idea that we have to hang on that keeps us obsessed, that keeps us focused on this situation or this person that has to be a certain way. If we would just go with the momentum of what's happening, if he throws that arm around and I just go with the momentum, bam, all kinds of good things can happen. But you have to really condition your brain to accept that sensation of not going limp, but sliding with it, letting the intensity of the moment move you to a new place. This is what release is all about. Another very simple self-defense technique that revolves around that idea is if somebody gives you a double-handed throat grab. You'll see this a lot in movies. Maybe if you were up against the wall or something, you'd have to, do some fancy thing with your arm. But if you're not up against the wall and this happens, you just go with it. You just step back. I grab him, he just steps back, and suddenly he's not grabbed. That sense of, I don't have to fight with this force, I can go with it, that's the true beauty of release. When you have tried that out in a couple of these situations, it'll be forever stuck in your head, and you can use it in your next meditation. If you think this stuff's cool, stay tuned for more Trinity.